Let me talk to you. Smackdown, the go-home show for Fastlane. The whole purpose is to get you hyped for the pay-per-view, and I'm going to tell you if it did that for me. And the first thing I will say is this show just proves how important a decent ending is. Because, I mean, the first half, just over the first half, was filled with a bit of good, bit of bad. The good bits were alright, and the bad bits were not disastrously bad, but they weren't great. But the last say half an hour onwards was just fucking brilliant. So, but we'll start at the beginning. We started off with Charlotte, and Ruby Riott discussing that they've got a title match, which is nice to acknowledge, I suppose. They've not really done a lot. It's not really been based around the title, the rivalry. It's been strange, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I think they'll both put on a decent enough match, but it's not really been, considering that Ruby's purpose when she had a promo, she was saying that the reason she put the right squad together was to combat Charlotte being the women's champion. And she put this team together in November. We're now in March. So what's she been doing for 3 fucking months? It's 3 months and she's done jack shit because Fastlane's the first title match. So what she's been messing about is fucking beyond me. I know, and the promo's decent enough. Not much more to say about it. But the best thing about it was the creative way that they ended it. I'm going to call it creative. Because we had Charlotte, and like I've complained for don't know how long, I'm sick of women having friends and it all being based around who's going to come and defend who and all this bollocks. So Ruby and Charlotte finished the segment. Ruby, orders or commands the rest of the Riott squad to get into the ring, and it looks like they're about to give Charlotte a beat down when Bobby Roode comes out and he makes his grand. He doesn't come storming down to the ring or anything. He just makes his normal grand entrance. This is a bit random, but the commentators explain that Roode and Charlotte are a team in the mixed match challenge. Whether that's still going on with them in it, I'm not sure. But if they're still in it together, or if they were in it and they're out, but they've formed some sort of friendship, then that's cool. Like Roode's coming down to give Charlotte the save, and it's not the same old. Either one person gets the beat down on the other, or Charlotte has to get her friends to give her some backup. It's just a nice change of pace, I thought. And the fact that the last segment ends with both Charlotte and Ruby on the same level, if that makes sense. Like the go home show, no one's got one up on the other. So they're walking into the pay-per-view on like level playing field, which I'm fine with. But Rude being down there, it was there for a purpose. He was on commentary, and as soon as I say that, he was on commentary, you all know what fucking happened. It was involved in the match, because it's just what they do. It's just a fucking done thing. Because that little commentary area, when there's a wrestler sitting there on commentary, is like moths to a flame. When there's a wrestler sitting on commentary, the people having the match have got to do something in that area. When there's no one there, that area is never fucking touched. Never. No one ever goes near it. There's a wrestler on commentary, and they're there. But the match was between Orton and Jinder, and Orton did the job for Jinder again. But it went as you'd expect with someone on commentary. Or someone was thrown into the wrestler on commentary. When they were back in the ring, the Rude recovered and he got onto the apron. He wasn't happy about it. Distracted Orton. Jinder took advantage. It's the Colossus. 1, 2, 3. Game over. Job done. But the best part about this segment, or the match, the match was between Orton and Jinder. I mean, it was an Orton Jinder match, so what more do you honestly expect than it just being okay at best? At best. And the best part about it was Orton putting the Singh brother through the announce table. I think that when they have the meetings before the match and they decide who's winning or who's going over or whatever, when they say to Orton, "Look, Orton, sorry mate, but you've got to do the job for Jinder again," his reaction must be, "I'm chucking a Singh. If I'm doing the job for Jinder, I'm chucking a Singh." Because that poor fucker, once again, Orton lobs him up in the air, And the only place it's got to come down is that fucking announce table that hasn't been cleared of the top bit hasn't been cleared, the monitors, the paperwork, the water, the fucking Mountain Dew, whatever they have on that table, and it's not been cleared, and the sink with this goes fucking crashing on top of it. But the way Orton treats them Singh brothers, I've never seen such disregard for anyone's well-being in a wrestling ring in my fucking life. I really haven't. He just doesn't care. It's funny, really. It's almost like become a spot with Orton and Jinder. I mean, I'd have watched a Jinder and Orton match. I should see Orton lob a Singh in the air and smash him on the table. But that was that. I mean, the US title, the rivalry's been really flat for me. So, but Jinder got the win. So whether that's going to lead to Jinder being added to the title match at Fastlane, I don't know, or if that's just a seed for later on in the story, who knows? But I'm not really buzzing about it, in all honesty. I mean, Rude spent his entire time on commentary just kissing Orton's arse. How much he respects him and all this nonsense. But anyway, moving on. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens backstage. They just go together, just flow each other, bounce each other very well. Sami Zayn just reiterating the fact that he will take the fall for KO at the pay-per-view. If the opportunity arises, it will lay down for him. So, and New Day and Usos was just a recap of the promo they did last week, which was fucking amazing. They just added a few video clips here and there to boost the promo or what was being said, to visualise it a bit more. So no complaints. Looking forward to the match. So fair play. You don't need to have you don't need people there week in and week out to have a match. When you do a promo that's that fucking good the week before, then you add visuals to it and stuff. Not the proper video clips, and it's doing really well. So that should be that. In all honesty, will probably be the show stealer for Fastlane, because those two teams together are just fucking golden. Speaking of Fastlane, we had a new match added: Nakamura and Rusev. Nakamura was backstage having an interview, and he said he wants AJ to win because he wants his match against AJ at WrestleMania. And Rusev declared that he was unhappy with Nakamura because last week Nakamura took out Aiden English with a knee to his throat, so Aiden English can't sing the Rusev Day song anymore. The segment was funny enough; it was fine. And the best thing about it at the end was Nakamura singing that Sunday's going to be Nakamura Day in the Rusev Day song, and Rusev wasn't happy about it at all. But it was a funny little segment. The match should be good enough at the pay-per-view, but everyone fucking knows that Nakamura's going to win. So they're not doing anything Rusev at the minute. So I suppose him being there is better than nothing, but they're still not using him right. But hey, I can't see that changing much before Mania either, because with Jinder and the triple threat, sort of not much, but the angle of those three in the US title, I don't know what's going to happen with Rusev. We can only hope. The next match was just a shit show. It was Becky and Carmella. Carmella's never been able to wrestle, and that's not changed. It was just a dull match. It was just botchy, and it was just shit. No offense. I mean, Becky's good, but Carmella's just fucking nut. I mean, part of me thinks that this was the main purpose was to remind everyone that Carmella's actually the Money in the Bank, Miss Money in the Bank. And it was followed by Naomi and Natalya arguing about who's got more friends. And right then and there, while they're arguing, Naomi declares and decides that she's booking a match for Fastlane, and Naomi will team with Becky Lynch to take on Natalya and Carmella. So John Cena can't book a match to save his fucking life, apparently, but Naomi can. So at Fastlane, if it doesn't work out for you, Johnny boy, give Naomi a call, because she can apparently book you a match for WrestleMania. So there you go. And after that, it was uphill rapidly from here. AJ Styles, of course. Where else AJ's on the show? Where else is it going to go? It's just going to fucking skyrocket because it's AJ Styles, and I love AJ Styles. AJ cut a promo recapping what John Cena said on Raw the previous night, that Cena's going to win, break records, and that AJ should cash in his rematch clause for WrestleMania. And AJ's response was basically, fuck off, John, because I don't want that. I want a one-on-one match, and I'm going to do everything I can in my power to make that happen, because I want it, Nakamura wants it, the universe wants it, and if we're being honest with ourselves, John Cena, you probably want it as well, so you can sit back and watch a really, 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 really good wrestling match. He was interrupted by Dolph. I'm not going to get into Dolph because I just don't fucking understand him at all. I mean, that could be a whole separate fucking rant if we did, in all honesty. Dolph was complaining that it's taking AJ Styles. It was complaining that he's doing it because AJ Styles wants to win the match for the fans, to give the fans the match they want at WrestleMania. Dolph's angle was, the fans don't mean shit, they'll turn on you, blah, blah, blah. And Dolph just, I don't know, I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, Dolph's, fuck knows what Dolph's doing, in all honesty. And Dolph said that he's, I forgot my trail of thought, son of a bitch. Oh yeah, Dolph was saying that AJ Styles took nearly a decade to come to WWE. Yeah, AJ Styles' response was, well, in that time of me not being there, you've managed to gain, you know, Dolph's like not done. Dolph has become world champion like twice, and AJ Styles has become world champion twice in 3 years, and Dolph's been there for 13. Anyway, the whole point was, both promos were good enough, and it led to a really good match with Dolph and AJ, and I was, in all honesty, really captivated by it, and I was just fully engrossed. And when KO and Sami Zayn interrupted it, I was legitimately pissed off because I was really enjoying the match. So, for all four did the job. I'm pissed off with Sami and KO for interfering in a good match, and Dolph and AJ put on a good match. And then out comes Shane McMahon, and I'm immediately thinking, fuck's sake, we're going to end in a tag match. How can AJ and Dolph be on a team when they've had the promo arguing with each other, and then a 15-minute match or whatever it was? But no, to my surprise, pleasant surprise, might I add, Shane's like, no. He actually acknowledges that everyone thinks it's going to be a tag match. He's like, no, we're going to have a fatal five-way. Here's Baron Corbin, fucking get on with it. Baron Corbin comes storming down, and then have a fatal five-way. The match that should have been at Fastlane before John Cena fucking stuck his oar in, and it was fucking brilliant. It really was. The main story being told, the main little thing to take away was AJ broke up, apart from the match, the pinfall that ended the match. AJ broke up every single pinfall that I can recall. You'd see him be knocked out the ring, and someone would dive for a pin, and you'd see AJ diving left, right, fucking any angle he can to break these pins up and stuff. But the match was really good, and it ended in a very surprising way, which I'm also happy about. Was fucking KO got his head kicked off by Sami Zayn, of all people. After earlier in the night, Sami Zayn explained that he'd take the fall for Kevin Owens. It was fucking brilliant. Great ending, great match, and Sami Zayn's promo afterwards, declaring that he's the best, he's the most overlooked performer on the roster, which he probably is right, to be fair. It was a good match, and I'm looking forward to Fastlane. John Cena is going to add another dimension to that match, of course, but I think to give it an extra little bit of mustard, if you like, they should have made it a championship scramble match, which is an old match stipulation. I don't know if many people are aware of it, because it was used like less than 5 times, I think. It's been used less than 5 times. It was introduced, I think, in Teddy Long's reign as general manager on Smackdown. I'm sure he introduced it. But there's been, I couldn't tell you who competed in it, but I'm pretty sure there's been at least 2. There's definitely been no more than 5 that I can recall anyway, and there's been at least 2. But I think that would have been. I'm not going to go into the details of what that match is, because it's not happening, so there's no fucking point. But I think that would have been nice to have an extra dimension to that match, rather than it just being a 6-pack challenge. especially when we've seen the five of them compete in that sort of match on Raw, on SmackDown, sorry. But overall, like I said, the last 30, as soon as AJ got into the ring, it was just fucking uphill from there, and it was a brilliant last couple of matches. A handful of promos that they did in between, it was just really good. And looking forward to Fastlane. But I think I might do another video about my predictions or thoughts on the lead up to Fastlane. Because Elimination Chamber didn't set the bar very high for the road to WrestleMania at all, really. So Fastlane have got to kick it up into another gear. But yeah, that's Fastlane. That's Fastlane's hype. That's SmackDown. I enjoyed it. Goodbye.